Vegan Pulse. I am your host, Nancy Arenas. And today with me, I have a wonderful person who I have had the opportunity to work with, Carlyn Montes de Oca. Please stay tuned. Hi, Carlyn. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for having me on your show.
Thank you for being here. Now, I want to get started by asking you a little bit about yourself. Like, tell me how many years you've been vegan, where do you live, and a little bit about what you do.
Sure. Well, I've been vegan since 2011. So it's, I'm very bad at math. I think that's 9 years or so. And I live right outside of Santa Fe. There's an area called El Dorado. We've lived here for 2 years. I live here with my husband, and I'm originally from California. I'm a California girl. And we came here 2 years ago, and we love it. We never thought we'd love anywhere as much as we've loved California, but oh my God, we love the look of it, the people, the outdoors. I mean, there's just so much to love here. So that's where we live now, and I'm an author. I'm also an international speaker, and I'm an animal advocate. So I'm very involved in those things. Those are the things that give my life a lot of meaning.
And I believe that you were also voted the sexiest vegan over 50 by people.
Actually, it was the sexiest vegetarian over 50. That was PETA. Okay. And that was back in 2011. That was actually when I made my transition from vegetarian to vegan. Okay. And at that time, it was sexiest vegetarian. Now it's sexiest vegan, but I am a vegan. And so that was really cool and really fun. Awesome. And before I was an author, I was actually, I was an acupuncturist. I was a practitioner of Chinese medicine, and I had my own practice in California for about 15 years. Okay. And before that, I used to be a film editor for 20 years in Hollywood and at Lucasfilm, which is George Lucas's company in Northern California. So awesome. I worked on it. Yeah, so that's kind of my career history, but now I'm an author and I love it. I wrote a book a few years ago called Dog as My Doctor, Cat as My Nurse. And then I wrote a book called Pause for the Good Stuff, which is spelled Paws. So you can tell by those titles that I'm totally focused on animals in what I write.
Positively.
That's right.
Now, tell me, how is COVID-19 lockdown look for you?
Well, we were talking exactly about that the other day, my husband and I, and we came to the conclusion that on the outside, things don't look that different for us. We live in a part of, outside of Santa Fe where there's a lot of space. So it wasn't like we'd see so many people all the time. So that looks the same. We still hike early in the mornings, observing social distance, and that still looks the same. So I would say externally, okay, the grocery shopping thing, my husband used to do it all the time, several times a week, and now it's once a week, and I do it because I'm younger, and I feel that he's 10 years older, and he's really in that risk factor, so I don't want him exposed to it. But I would say what's really changed is the internal. I think like everybody, I've experienced some anxiousness around it, some concern, some wondering where this is all going. But you know what's wonderful about this? Because I know that it's in many ways it's terrible. People are dying, people are getting sick. You don't know if you're next, but aren't these the moments that really help us to go internally and really try to maybe understand who we are better? What brings our life meaning? What brings our life fulfillment? Why we're here on the planet to begin with? These are a lot of questions that I'm asking myself during meditation. During one of the best things I do is to journal gratitude, and when I do that, I am very grateful that right now this is a time that is showing us how to be better people, how to live on this planet like co-partners with other species versus, what we have, what we want, and we do what we do. I think this is a great time for reflection. So I think there's a lot of positive things that are happening for us. I will tell you, Nancy, I do have one confession to make. I play a lot of bananagrams.
I don't know what that is. What is bananagram?
It's like Scrabble, but it's a lot more fun. And so I do that in between. I'm working on my next book, which is a memoir. And so I do bananagrams in between, and it gets my brain really thinking and moving. So I am trying to do the best I can during these very challenging times, and hopefully in helping other people in the process.
That's wonderful. So with that said, and with all with all those statements that you make, and how you feel about it, do you have a message for those people who are out there disregarding the stay at home order or social distancing?
It really is mind-boggling. Yes, okay. When we go out, I wear the mask. I wear, like, I'm practically in a burqa. I'm walking around, and I do my 6 feet, and then somebody will come up to me, and I'll be like, "What are you doing?" I'm so surprised in grocery stores or even on the trails. I get off the trail as far as I can to give people at least 6 feet, because really you need more than 6 feet. And then somebody will say, "Oh, is something going on with your dog? Is your dog vicious?" I'm like, "No, it's social distance." So I just wish people were a little more aware. And one thought I had, Nancy, which is kind of interesting, is before all this happened, I was also very focused on our unfortunate problem we're having with global warming. This is coming. This is the future. Global warming. It is happening. And why so many people would just go on with their lives and not pay attention to it. And I thought to myself this morning, I told my husband, I said, "Gosh, if people aren't paying attention to a pandemic that's killing, so many people and infecting so many others, how are they?" And it's happening right now. It's an acute situation. How will they ever see global warming then and do the things that need to be done to make that change for others? So I guess my hope is, a lot of the social distancing things I do, and like even in the house with my husband, I'm not doing it totally for me. I'm doing it also because I don't want to infect somebody. I don't want to be the cause of somebody else getting sick. I may be a carrier. I may be asymptomatic, and gosh, I may be just giving this away for free and not knowing it. So we don't live on an island. We are part of this global community, and we have to help each other and protect each other. And think of the people you love, and wouldn't you want to see them protected? So wouldn't you want somebody else to have a mask, to protect them? So I saw a video from the Czech Republic with this girl. I don't know if you saw it, but she had her mask on, and she says, "I'm not wearing it for me. We do this for each other. We protect each other." So I beseech you, please wear your mask. Stay at home when you can. Stay at home. When you do observe the social distancing, wash your hands, do all those things, but think of others.
Exactly. And that's why I can't understand how people are disregarding this. It's not just about yourself. Even though you feel good, you still may be a carrier.
Mm-hmm.
Or imagine being responsible for somebody else's death. I couldn't have that on my conscience. So I don't understand how people are totally, you have global climate deniers, and now you got pandemic deniers.
Pandemic deniers.
Pandemic deniers. You heard it here at Vegan Pulse.
You did. You hit it here first time.
So, and then, do you have a message for the world at large that you might want to share?
You know what? 2 quotes come to mind, and the first one is, "This too shall pass." And number 2 being something, because I was an acupuncturist for so long, and this was my quote, or the thing I would say to so many of my clients. I'd say, and it's a Japanese proverb, "The best time to plant a tree was yesterday. The second best time is today." And basically that means that I think that this coronavirus gives us all a chance to pause and reflect on maybe how we got here, how we all got here as a global community. So, there's nothing we can do about it yesterday, but we can learn from yesterday and apply it today. And when this is past, we need to really focus on the things that will change our planet for the better, not just go along, because unfortunately, this was one pandemic. What's to say that next year there won't be another one? I mean, there's nothing at this moment unless we kind of work with the idea of prevention. And so therefore, I encourage people right now, we talk a lot about the immune system, and how important it is for our immunity to be strong. And I think about plant-based eating, which was always something I recommended to people, a plant-based eating, exercise, do things internally, meditate, practice gratitude. These are the things that will make us strong, and that will also make our community stronger, and our whole, our planet as strong as it can be. And I know that people think differently politically. They think, for whatever their reasons, but I just encourage people that during the next election, that we choose leaders that have a bigger vision, a vision of maybe compassion and kindness, and things that will make our planet blossom, not just disintegrate into chaos. So my hope is that people take care of themselves, and in this way they will take care of the planet. They will take care of animals, which is something that I am, and I know you are extremely concerned about, and that we will in this way make future generations have a beautiful planet that they can thrive and live on, and that it just doesn't, end with us.
Those are wonderful, warming words. And, I share those sentiments. I mean, it's like people don't understand we're so connected. I mean, think about it. It started in China, it's all over the world. What one person does can affect everyone.
Completely. I think that that's beautifully said. I mean, we are all connected, just like the roots of trees, they connect to each other. I mean, we're all connected. And, as an acupuncturist, I'm always looking at the environment and about Mother Nature and the lessons that she can teach us. And I just want to say, too, that for anybody who has dogs or cats in their home or other animal friends, this is a really great time to just maybe pause and reflect on what they can teach us, because nature may be outside, but if you have an animal in your house, nature's inside. And I am constantly learning from my animals. In fact, I recently rescued, I don't know if you know this, a dog from the roe hoarding situation that happened here in New Mexico. And I rescued her right on time, right before this all happened. And she is making our life infinitely better. She's getting us to relax and to pause and to, just to be happier. She wakes us up and we're cheery. We don't have a choice. We got to go take her on a hike, and that's good for us. I mean, there's so many things if we just take the time to pause, reflect, and be mindful.
I mirror that same sentiment. I just got a new dog, Piper, and I'm telling you, she's saving my life. She's just helping me do exactly that. I have to get up and we have to go out. We have to go for a walk. She's helping
Uh-huh.
me keep healthy, and she just brings so many smiles to me during the course of the day that it's priceless.
And smiles may seem like something so small, but if you think about all the ways that that builds up, like a smile here, a laugh here, playing here, I mean, these are all positive things that during a time of negativity or challenge can be so uplifting to the spirit. So I just really encourage people to, all it is be mindful of what's going on, and maybe look at your animals, not just as being pets, but they can be actual health and wellness allies.
This is a positive comment.
Yes,
Thank
it
you.
is.
Thank you so much, Carlyn, for taking part of the Vegan Pulse. I surely appreciate it. Please stay healthy, stay
Thank you.
inside, stay
Mhm.
happy, and this too shall pass, as you said.
Yes, thank you so much, Nancy.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Vegan Pulse. I am your host, Nancy Arenas. Please follow us on Facebook, Vegan Pulse. And remember, if you have a pulse, you have a purpose. Live vegan.